Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we'll cover the last stretch of Louisiana Highway 23, way down where the Mississippi River empties into the Gulf of Mexico. We'll drive all the way to as close to the end of the road as we can get, where there's a much disputed sign on display. We're entering the community of Boothville, named for a Colonel Booth, an early landowner. As of the 2010 census, Boothville had a population of 854. As we drive through this hub of Louisiana's fishing and oil and gas industries, bear in mind that the Mississippi River just off a ways to the left carries drainage water from all or parts of 32 states and 2 Canadian provinces. The river has the 4th largest watershed in the world, covering nearly 40% of the continental United States, with a discharge rate of between 200,000 and 700,000 cubic feet per second. That's snow melting in your yard up in Minnesota, or the water you washed your car with in eastern Colorado, or even water you poured on your flowers in southwestern New York, will theoretically make its way to the Mississippi River or through one of its tributaries, eventually passing right through here and into the Gulf of Mexico. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it to be notified of when our new videos come out. And give us a thumbs up or hit the applause button if you enjoy our videos. Here we enter Venice, the last community on LA 23. Venice had 202 residents as of the 2010 census. Being that Venice is at such an extremity of land sticking out into the Gulf of Mexico, the community has repeatedly taken beatings from hurricanes, most notably in 1969 by Hurricane Camille and again in 2005 by Katrina. Then in 2010, when the Deepwater Horizon drilling rig exploded out in the Gulf, this is one of the places that was inundated by oil washing ashore. However, Venice is a resilient community, and following each disaster has been recovery. The number of permanent residents has declined, but this is still where commercial and sport fishermen launch their boats, and the oil and gas industry still has installations here. Many offshore workers begin their week with a lift from a helicopter out to their rig in the Gulf. There are motels and lodges here where tourists can stay if they want to spend some time fishing or just out on the water. You can charter a boat and the captain will supply the bait, fishing tackle, and lures and take you out to the best fishing spots. Here the highway turns and is reduced to 2 lanes. As far as I could tell, the LA-23 designation ends at a T-junction ahead, but there are no signs indicating the actual terminus. Now we're going to continue our trip a little bit further, since we've come all this way, and drive to the actual end of the road, or as close as we can get to it. You can see here that there's some flooding, and I'm not sure if that's due to high tide from the open water to our right, or if it's because of the spring river flood, or if it's just because we've been having torrential rains for the last week. We travel along Jump Basin Road, which then quickly becomes Tidewater Road. This road runs to the farthest reach of land accessible by automobile on the Mississippi River. At the end of Tidewater Road is the sign pictured here, taken by Roadway Wiz in January of 2017, but because of the flooding ahead we couldn't drive all the way to the end. However, this is not actually the southernmost point in Louisiana, as there's a thin ribbon of somewhat solid land extending 21 miles to the south of us formed by silt carried by the Mississippi River. And this isn't even the southernmost point you can drive to. At Port Fourchon, near the southern end of Louisiana Highway 1, is Louisiana Highway 3090, which extends much further south, more than 1/10 of a degree of latitude, which translates to 9 miles or 14.5 kilometers. This is, however, the official end of the Great River Road and the end of our video. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help support our channel, please check out our merchandise at 504roadtrips.spreadshirt.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.